Hello everyone, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel. In this lecture we'll study the effect of surface material like gravels or asphalt on the tolerable touch and step potential limits. The value of these limits we derived in the previous lecture. I have written directly the formula here. So for tolerable touch potential, it is equal to body current times the body resistance, which is 1000 ohms as per IEEE 80, plus foot resistance by 2. Similarly for step, it is body current times the body resistance plus twice of foot resistance. And foot resistance is equal to rho upon 4r, where rho is the resistivity of soil, which is equal to rho upon 4 by 0.08, as the foot radius is considered as 0.08 meters, which is then equal to 3 rho. So now as you see, the foot resistance is dependent on the resistivity of the soil. That means this part is dependent. That means the touch and step can be varied. That means these limits can be increased if we want, if we improve this or increase the resistivity of soil. So let's see how it happens. Let us suppose a person is standing on a highly resistive surface which is full of gravels up to infinity, and the equipment is connected and to the earth using an earth electrode. In case of fault in the equipment, the current will try to flow inside the earth, and some current will flow from the body and spread uniformly throughout the soil. Now, as this is having higher resistivity, so the resistance offered by the foot will be rho s upon 4r. In this case, where the resistivity is rho, which is lesser than rho s, that means rho s here is greater than rho. So in this case, if fault happens, again the current will go in all the directions from the body and from the electrode, and the resistance offered by this foot will be rho upon 4r. This we can only consider this formula when this is uniform throughout. That means the soil is uniform throughout. Now if we fill the soil with gravel, suppose at a depth of 200 or 300 meters, we completely dig and fill all the gravels just in order to increase the limit, then the problem will be if we dig this earth electrode in that high resistive soil, so the current will have to go from this high resistive soil and back to the source from where it is coming. As the current will enter into this highly resistive layer, this earth will offer the current a very high resistance. So the fault current value will decrease, as fault current is equal to voltage of the source by the return path impedance, which is the earth resistance here. So this is very high, the current will be very low. In this case, it will be difficult for the breaker to trip. That means this fault will be continuous throughout and the breaker might not trip, or you will require very high sensitive relays in order to trip the breaker in case of fault. If you need very high sensitive relays, then you will go for extra cost and all. So in order to have the benefit of this low resistive layer as well as the high resistive layer, we combine these two together and we come with this system, in which where the person is standing, some thickness of the layer is made with rho s, which is of higher resistive material like gravels or asphalt, and the other layer where the electrode is installed, the resistivity remains rho as it is here. So now you see the formula for the foot resistance here will be greater than rho by 4r. Why it will be greater? Because foot first, the current from the foot will come into this high resistive layer, then go inside. So it will be greater than this case, but it will be lesser than rho s by 4r. Why? Because this layer is not uniform, and this formula is only valid when the complete soil is uniform throughout till infinity. So we have to find a formula such that it lies within this range. This formula is derived using method of images. In this we solve Poisson's equation and some boundary conditions, but we'll not go deep into it. We'll be discussing that in real potential lecture. We'll just see what the direct formula is mentioned in IEEE 80, and the formula for foot resistance becomes rho s by 4r times Cs. Here Cs is known as the surface layer derating factor. The value of this derating factor will be less than 1 as it derates this value, which is rho s by 4r, in order to come within the limits. And the value of Cs as derived is 1 minus 0.09 times 1 minus rho. Here rho is the soil resistivity divided by rho s, which is the surface layer resistivity, this blue color, and whole divided by 2h. H is the thickness of this surface layer resistivity plus 0.09. Now point to remember is that this formula is only valid in case the surface layer resistivity is higher than the soil resistivity. That means rho s must be greater than rho. In the other case, suppose rho s is lesser than rho, then this formula of Cs is not valid. There is some separate formula. This Cs formula is not valid. Why it is so? As method of images demand some boundary conditions. So we'll see conceptually what happens. Suppose there is a fault here. So the fault current will enter and go into the soil. It will leak in the form of dissipation resistance, as we studied for hemispherical electrode in the previous lecture. And as it moves on, it will form equipotential surfaces. It will form equipotential surfaces. Now these surfaces will have some potential at the surface. Suppose this is V1, this is V2, this is V3. Similarly here also it will be V1, V2 and V3. Now the surface potential will remain same throughout, like in this case itself. Why? Because the current cannot go back inside. Suppose I'll draw again here the electrode. So the current is coming out of the electrode and it will go in this soil. It will not go into the high resistive layer. It will bounce back. It will reflect back, because this is offering a very high impedance, just like an open circuit. So the current will follow the path of this green soil itself. It will not go above. So it is similar to the case if you are not having this soil resistivity layer, just like the normal case where the current is going outside and equipotential surfaces are getting formed. So this leads up to one boundary condition through which this is solved. Whereas in the other case, where your rho s is lesser than rho, here the rho s is lesser than rho. So if there is a fault, so the current will go out of this electrode, but it can now go inside this. It will now follow this path too. Why it will follow this path? Because this is having lesser resistance compared to this, and the current will always try to go through lesser resistance. Now as the current has entered this path, we do not know that the surface potential will be similar to this now. It will definitely change because some current is going here and some current is going there. So the shape might be something like this, or some different shape will be there. So the surface potential now here will not be the same as it was here. It will be different. As the current is allowed to enter into this layer of surface layer resistivity, the complete surface potential distribution will change from the normal case or from this case. So as this boundary condition is changing, so the complete methodology used to evaluate this CS as per method of images will change. So that is why this formula is only valid. Remember that it's only valid when rho s is greater than rho. Now we will put this RF value in these formulas So suppose you put RF here, it will be 3 rho s CS by 2, that means 1.5 rho s CS, and if you put here it will be 6 rho s CS. So we'll see in the next slide. Now in this slide we'll see that touch potential is 1.5 rho s CS here and it is 6 rho s CS here. So the derating factor, now you see here, it is dependent on these two factors. Rest all are constant. Only the variable part is this ratio of soil to surface layer resistivity and the thickness of the material. So first we'll understand conceptually, then we'll go into an example. Suppose this is your final layer, which we saw is having a formula rho by 4r. If you have some thickness of surface layer resistivity and rest is your soil, and if you increase this thickness and if you go on increasing, you will be coming more and more closer to this value, that completely uniform, where the soil is completely uniform with resistivity rho s. So that means your formula is coming closer to this rho s by 4r. When it is coming closer to this, that means your CS is increasing from 0 and it is coming more near to 1, so that the formula will become this. So that means when you increase the depth of this surface layer resistivity, if you increase this HS, if you go on increasing, the value of CS will go on increasing. Now if you put in the formula here, if H is increased, then this denominator will increase, thereby decreasing the whole value of this function. So 1 minus a lower value will give a higher output. We'll check through an example now. If the soil, which is this green one, is having rho is equal to 100 ohm meter and this is 5000 ohm meter, the blue one, that is rho s. So the height, if suppose is 0.1, that is 100 mm, this height is 100 mm, this one. And the other case is if this height is 200 mm. So you put these values here. For 100 mm the CS will come out to be 0.7. Now as the height has increased here, that means the value will be nearer to 1 for the CS. So this value comes out, if you put in this formula, it will be 0.82. So you see the CS has increased. So as the CS value increases, this part increases for this function, and as the CS has increased and it is directly related to the touch, so the touch value will also increase for the limit. The tolerable touch limit and the tolerable step limit will increase. Similarly, if you see about this ratio, if rho s1 is suppose 5000 or very high, and rho s2 you doubled it, made it 10,000. However, the ratio will not be impacted because it is 100 by 5000 rho by rho s. Here also it is 100 by 10,000. So the value will be nearly 0.02 here and 0.01. So 1 minus something like this, where only this factor is rarely changing because rho is much lesser than rho s. The CS value remains same. There is no change in this CS. But as you have increased the rho s, you have made it double, the touch and the step tolerable limit will increase. Now we'll see through this example where rho is 100 itself like earlier and the height is fixed now. We are not changing this thickness. We are just changing the material. So here if it is 5000, CS is 0.7. If it is 10,000, CS2 is 0.69, nearly the same. But as you have increased rho s1, rho s2 is increased, that is surface layer is increased. So you are increasing this component. So keeping this component same and increasing this will eventually increase the tolerable touch and step potential limits. So there are two ways to increase, as you might have seen. So the value for these, what is for granite, what is for concrete, wet or dry, and what is for asphalt, are mentioned in IEEE 80. So you can refer this standard for surface layer resistivity values. I hope this concept is clear to you now. And in the next lecture, we'll be discussing regarding conductor sizing and also regarding the derivation for a vertical earth electrode. So thank you for listening. Please subscribe my channel and God bless you all.